Hey kindergarten friends, how are you doing today? Welcome to our circle time. This is circle time for the week of February 16th to 19th. So, does it look different where I am? I'm doing circle time for you from home today, okay? So let's get started with our welcome song. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to kindergarten. Good afternoon to you. So friends, this week is a special week. We are celebrating a milestone in kindergarten. Do you know what it is? I have a little hint on my shirt here. It says, I survived 100 days, and this is what 100 tallies looks like. So friends, we have been in school for 100 days. We're over halfway through kindergarten, and this is your first 100 days of doing online school with us. So give yourself a pat on the back. That's a big deal. So that's our lessons for the week are all surrounded by the number 100. Now, does 100 feel like a really big number? Does it? It is kind of a big number, and in kindergarten we usually only talk about numbers up to 10, and we get really good at understanding what the number 10 means. So I have a question for you. Do you know how many groups of 10 are in 100? Should we find out? Okay, so you're gonna do some tally marks with me, okay? So we're gonna put them in groups of 5 to begin with. So to do tallies, you do 1, 2, 3, 4, that makes 5, okay? And to make 10, well, let's use our fingers to help us because our fingers are kind of like tally marks too. 5 and 5, how many does that make, friends? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10. Okay, so when we're doing our tallies, we're gonna do groups of 10. Groups of 10, then I would have 100 tallies. So I'm not going to finish that right now, but you can pause the video and you can finish that. So if you do 10 groups of 10, friends, that is 100. Maybe you can count them as you go if you know how to count that high, and if you don't know how to count that high, that's okay. So the 100th day of school is a milestone, it's a celebration, and it's also fun to explore what that number 100 is all about, okay? So as always, we do a feelings check-in. How are you feeling? Are you excited about the 100th day of school? Are you not sure about it? Are you maybe having a bad day? Okay, draw for me what you're feeling. So I love the 100th day of school. So I'm gonna draw really big eyes because I'm always like, yeah, so excited. And I'm gonna draw a giant happy face. Okay. And I'm gonna make myself look like I'm 100, so I'm gonna get curly hair, maybe some pearl earrings. Okay, maybe I'm walking with a cane. There's my cane because I'm 100 years old. Maybe I have jewelry, maybe I have some flowers on my dress. I'm gonna draw myself looking like I'm 100 and I'm excited, so that's E for excited. Okay, so once you submit to me, I want you to draw how you're feeling today, or maybe you could draw a picture of you looking like you're 100 too. Okay, so the 100th day of school is always a really fun thing to do. So one of the challenges that we have for you is called the 100 Licks Challenge. So we've given you these 2 sheets. There's, you can either do it with a sucker or you can do it with a popsicle, okay? So you take your popsicle or you take your sucker. Now it's the lick challenge. It's not the biting challenge. You have to lick it. So each time you have a lick of your sucker, okay? Have a lick. And then you're gonna mark it off, or you can color it in. Have another lick, mark it off, or color it in, okay? And see if you can get through your sucker or your popsicle with 100 licks, or maybe it's more, or maybe it's less. And so at the bottom, once you're finished the challenge, you can tell us if it was 100 licks or if it was more or if it was less. That's kind of a fun activity. Now, I want to show you, friends. So I showed you what 100 tallies looks like, and on our lick challenge page, this is what 100 looks like. You can see 100 tallies on my shirt too. But another fun thing you can do for the 100th day is you can get a collection of something 100. So I just grabbed a couple of different things from my kitchen and I counted in groups of 10. Now, remember, there are 10 groups of 10 in 100. So if you count little piles of 10 little piles of 10, that gives you 100. So I did that with dog food. This is what 100 dog food looks like. Now friends, this might surprise you. This is what 100 pieces of rice looks like. Look at the difference. Those are both 100. Why do you think this one looks like more? Well, look at the size of it. The dog food is way bigger. And the rice is way smaller, but those are still both 100. Just something kind of fun to explore. So if you want to get a collection of 100, put it in a bag, see what it looks like, maybe compare what they are. Maybe you can build something with it. Maybe you have 100 beads, you want to build something with it. Maybe you want to build something with 100 pieces of Lego. There's not really a wrong way to do it. It's just kind of a fun activity to do, exploring the number 100, but also practicing counting to 10 within that, right? Because remember, there's 10 groups of 10 in 100. Okay, now we have our sight words for the week. So for practicing our sight words, the video that I gave you is my daughters and they're practicing doing sight words on the stairs. Now, if you don't have stairs, don't worry, you can still do that. I gave you a way to modify that in the video, okay? So I'm going to show you our words for the week, and I want you on your whiteboard or on your paper in your fine motor journal that you are doing your circle time. You can practice writing the words for me, okay? Our first one, we, W-E, we. So there's me, but maybe we is two of us, we, okay, we. And remember, you're going to write it down. When you write it, make sure you start your letters at the top, we. Okay, here's our next one, O-N, on, okay? O-N, on. Now, sometimes we get that confused with no. No has the N first and on has the O first, but on is the word we're doing for this week. So those ones are sometimes common to get mixed up. Okay, another lots of two-letter words this week. What's this one? He. So you're pointing over to him. He. Now H is a tall letter, so it's big line down, halfway up and a bump. Hit the ball, run the bases. He. Okay, say them with me. We, on, he. Okay, now here's our number word for the week. 6. It's S-I-X. 6. So let's say them. We, on, he, 6. And now we have a color word for the week. B-L-A-C-K spells black, black like a bat, black like a cat. B. Now B's and L's are tall letters. A is a small letter, C is a small letter, and K is a tall letter. Okay, so write me out those sight words. Okay, and we have, so now we're finished going through the alphabet again. I think we've gone through it 3 times already. So I have 2 more letters for you. There's an X. Little line, it's just a cross, diagonal, diagonal. Okay, I'll write that on here for you. Easy peasy, so give me a few X's. And our last letter, it's also the last letter of the alphabet. That's the letter Z. So it's little line, slide down, little line. Little line, slide down, little line. Z, Z. Okay, so now I have a poem for you. It is called 100 Takes a While to Count. It goes like this. 100 takes a while to count. It's such a large amount, but I know you'll get the time to count the letters in this rhyme. How many letters do you think are in this poem? Do you think there might be a little hint here? I think there might be. So that's your task, is to count how many letters are in this poem. See if it adds up to the big hint that's down here. And if you need help with that, that's okay. You get your adult to help you and you tell me how many letters are in that poem. Okay, so now I want to do a math activity with you. It's called Quick Draw. Now, Quick Draw is something that we will be spending some time on in our live lessons and also in our circle time. Now, the whole point of Quick Draw, so what you'll need for Quick Draw is you'll need a whiteboard. It's best to do this on a whiteboard because you might need to make some adjustments and you might need to erase. You can do it on a piece of paper, but my preference is the whiteboard. So what happens with Quick Draw is we use our minds and our eyes to kind of visualize or take a picture of what I show, and then you draw what you saw. Okay, that's why it's called Quick Draw. Quickly show it, you take a picture in your mind, see if you can hold it in there, and then draw it up. Okay, are you ready for our first Quick Draw? Here it is. Okay, draw what you saw. So maybe the first time you just draw what you saw on the outside. Okay, I know I saw a square on the outside, or maybe you see it differently than me. Everybody sees it different. Okay, are you ready to see it again? Okay, and then you can just draw. So now I'll show it to you again. Did you get it? Does yours look like that? Did you do a square on the outside? Maybe you saw a line in the middle, a triangle in this corner, a triangle in this corner. Okay, we're gonna do another one. We'll do 3. Okay, oops. Here's my next one. Now you need to be ready with your eyes for this one. Okay, remember it's Quick Draw, so you take a picture with your mind of what you see. Ready? Okay, draw what you saw, friends. I'm gonna draw it over here too. Okay, I saw a square. Okay, I'm gonna show it one more time. You don't have to do the whole thing the first time. It might take a few tries. What do you see? Okay. Did you see a diagonal line here and a diagonal line here? Okay, I'm gonna show you one more time. See if yours looks the same, and if it doesn't, take some time to make those adjustments. So that's what I was saying about doing it on the whiteboard, is it's a bit easier to do adjustments if you need to. There it is. Okay, friends, we have time for one more. Let's see. Okay. Ready? Draw what you saw. So did you see this square? What did you see in the middle of the square? There it is again. Maybe you saw a rhombus in the middle of a square, or maybe you see it as a diamond in the middle of a square, so try to make it look like that. Now friends, if you weren't really good at that task to begin with, it's okay. Quick Draw takes a little bit of getting used to, but it helps our brains think, and it helps us with our spatial awareness, and it helps us to do drawing and talk about different math shapes. So we'll be doing some of that in our live lessons. You know what, friends? That's all the time we have today. So thank you for joining me for our 100th week circle time. Let's sing our goodbye song. It's time to say goodbye. It's time to say goodbye. We'll see you all later. It's time to say goodbye. Bye, friends. Take care.